Now at 6, a chance for some pop-up storms with bursts of intense wind continue amid this high heat. And I'm tracking the storm risk and one more intensely hot day before the eventual end of our First Alert weather days.
Thousands of kids wrapping up their first day of school. From transportation to safety, First Alert 4 brings you live Team 4 coverage. Months of questions mapped out in a new report. First Alert 4 investigates why sirens never sounded in St. Louis after a tornado touched down.
A major mess from the St. Louis tornado blocking a bus stop for more than 3 months now.
Something needs to get done. This should not be acceptable.
Why debris cleanup in the city could take months or even years.
Live from First Alert 4, this is a breaking news alert.
We start this hour with breaking news about Missouri's top attorney. Attorney General Andrew Bailey is resigning to take a job with the Trump administration. Bailey's office revealed within just the last few minutes here he will serve as the co-deputy director of the FBI. His resignation is effective September 8th. According to Missouri law, the governor has the authority to appoint Bailey's successor, who will complete the remainder of his term. And we're going to have more on that breaking news tonight at 10 o'clock. But another big story we're following tonight, the first day back to school. Our Morgan Harris is live in South City leading our team coverage tonight. Morgan.
A warm welcome back for thousands of students throughout the metro. The first day of school is coming to a close for many amid transportation and school building changes. I'm live outside of Gateway STEM tonight. We have First Alert 4 crews spanned out across the metro. We're going to have team coverage throughout the hour. But first, I want to send things back to our Corey Stark, who's live in the studio for a look at the weather. And Corey, I can confirm it's hot.
Yeah, no doubt. It is a First Alert weather day, so let's talk about that as we take a live look at radar. We have seen storms pop up over the past few hours. So let's get over to Chief Meteorologist Steve Templeton with more on that. Steve.
Yeah, we have no severe thunderstorm warnings out there right now. That's the good news. We did have a strong storm around the Sullivan area that did create some tree damage. Right now, though, that storm has really weakened, and we just have a few isolated thunder showers just to the south. These can pop up until about sunset. After sunset, they'll fade, but things have already started to quiet down a little bit, even here in the metro quiet. We'll still watch to see if something flares up before sunset, but things have quieted down, which is good news. There's a chance for a couple storms and showers overnight, well out ahead of the cold front, but then the front arrives tomorrow. Not in time to make it a cool day by any means, so we have one more First Alert weather day for the intense heat and the chance of storms. Right now, the intense heat's still in place in St. Louis. 92, hit a high today of 97. We're at 94 in Columbia, Illinois. Some areas rain cooled because of the isolated storms today, but 101 the heat index right now in St. Louis. Out in Centralia, it's 104. So the First Alert weather days continue. Intense heat and storms part of that as well. Now, any storms this evening, they're going to fade as the sun sets. We'll watch for a few storms overnight. Very low risk, but we'll watch it for an isolated strong windstorm overnight. I think they're going to be few and far between and most stay dry. But hot again tomorrow, heat index 100 to 104. And then let's watch this. Tomorrow afternoon, late afternoon and evening, a chance for some strong storms that could produce some wind damage. I'll show you where it looks like those are going to focus and the timing hour by hour coming up.
All right, Steve, thank you. I am live at Gateway STEM. They are combining with Soul Dance School, which is about 3 miles away. This is happening because of the May 16th tornado. These co-locating of schools is happening throughout the district. Dr. Millicent Borchade, superintendent of SLPS, says more than 2,000 students are still in need of support. The combining of schools from different areas received mixed reactions, including from the teachers union. I asked Dr. Borchade about these safety concerns. People who say that it's putting kids at risk, their safety at risk. What do you say to that?
Well, you've been walking with us. Did you see any children at risk? No. Okay. So there are no children at risk.
This comes as the teachers union has called for a no confidence vote in Superintendent Dr. Borchade. We also spoke about this.
I am not responding to that because I know that we're doing the right work. I know that I'm doing the right work. And sometimes people don't always agree, and people are entitled to their opinions, but I'm doing what's best for children.
SLPS says they are in the process of filing those first day of school numbers. We do know that 100% of the 220 bus routes were completed and that more than 5,000 parents have signed up for the tracking app. We're going to continue to track SLPS as we know so many students are dealing with the devastation from the May 16th tornado. Well, from the city to St. Charles County, our Cameron Bopp is live from the Francis Howell School District, where Cameron, lots of changes are happening there.
Hey, Morgan, yeah, a busy first day back for the about 17,000 students here at the Francis Howell School District. Here at Francis Howell Central, long pickup and drop-off lines before school and after school today. And right now, dozens of students and family members coming for a Meet the Coaches night for families to get to know who's going to be in charge of sports ahead of the fall season. So a lot of excitement, as you can imagine, about day one, but also a lot of questions surrounding district leadership, specifically that $250,000 payout to a no-show superintendent.
That's unheard of. I don't know who would do something like that.
Shock over hearing the former Francis Howell School District superintendent walked off the job before starting.
I'm shocked because I didn't know anything about that.
Tiara Brown's daughter is a freshman at Francis Howell Central. She's surprised she didn't hear of the school board's decision to hire Mike Dominguez, who later quit and is still receiving a year's salary, $250,000.
Well, I'm really concerned because no one said anything about that, during my whole process of enrolling her in school.
But we have a right to know.
Kelly Pfeiffer is one of many parents and taxpayers frustrated the school board won't talk about why they voted unanimously to let Dominguez walk off the job.
If something happened that warranted this, that's great.
As the year kicks off in Francis Howell with no permanent leader, it was down to the wire for another school in the district to even open its doors.
We were prepared all the way up to 7 a.m. this morning to deny occupancy.
Chief John Schneider with Central County Fire and Rescue says the final go-ahead was given to the district Sunday night to allow Henderson Elementary open its doors after renovations to the campus left it a construction zone. A team of volunteer parents and district staff rushed to the rescue, getting the building ready. Parts of the school still under construction are blocked off to students. Back at Central,
I'm a big supporter of Francis Howell School District, so I am hoping that they do the right thing and are very transparent with the taxpayers within the district and let us know what happened.
and we should know too, parents here in the Francis Howell School District applaud interim superintendent Mark Delaney for stepping up as deputy now to interim and really taking charge of the district temporarily for this new school year. Now, while we're in St. Charles County, we also want to mention some changes in the Wentzville School District, a new grading system rolling out for elementary school students, some grades in elementary schools. We have the details on how that new grading system works and what it means for report cards for your child's grades on your First Alert 4 news app. For now, we're live in St. Charles County. Cameron Bopp, First Alert 4.
Yeah, a lot of great information in our app for parents. Cameron, thank you. We're going to send things now to our Russell Kinsall, who's continuing our team coverage from the Melville School District. He's live from I-55 near Rivas Barracks Road. Russell.
Yeah, Morgan, I'm at Beerbaum Elementary School in the Melville School District. You know, on the first day of school, there's always a lot of new things for students, but here at this school, they're experiencing a lot of new things here at the building. Not only do they have a new storm shelter, but they also now have a new all-day early childhood program, which they didn't have before.
Little feet were marching up and down the halls of Melville schools once again. The district responded to the growing student enrollment at Beerbaum Elementary School.
We were able to double the square footage out the back, add a brand new library, add a music and art room, 4 fifth grade classrooms, and a storm shelter.
Ferguson police officers joined teachers in the Ferguson-Florissant School District to welcome back students. Edmund Huntington said it was easy to get his preschooler ready this morning.
It was a pretty big deal because he'd been begging to go to school.
The Parkway School District's new superintendent, Dr. Melissa Schneider, toured several schools this morning. She spoke about recent test scores that showed improvement in the district.
So it's a study of what are we doing right, what can we keep doing, and what can we continue to do differently or better to meet the kids' needs.
Rockwood School District students were enthusiastic about the first day. In November, district voters will be asked to approve a tax levy increase to add more safety officers, improve health care, and raise salaries.
We want to remain as competitive as we can in the St. Louis market when it comes to educators and all staff in the school district, all staff, teachers, all staff in the Rockwood School District.
After students left Beerbaum Elementary School this afternoon, parents started, or teachers that is, started coming out to their cars. We saw a lot of smiles, a lot of upbeat faces. One teacher said it was a good day today. Live in Melville, Russell Kinsell, First Alert 4. Back to you, Morgan.
A lot of smiles. That's what we like to hear on the first day. Russell, thank you. Coming up in about 10 minutes, we're going to head over to the Metro East and check in on students there who are dealing with water issues on this first day. For now, I'm going to send things back to you in the studio, Corey.
All right, Morgan, appreciate it to you and our team. Thank you. Now to storm recovery and a litany of questions First Alert 4 has worked to get answers to about why the city's tornado sirens never sounded on May 16th. Well, tonight we have some answers. The EF3 tornado killed 5 people and injured dozens more. Those who died were all inside when the tornado tore through. First Alert 4 investigator David Amilati explains what the report reveals.
The report makes it clear there is a lot more going on here than just a button not getting pushed for the sirens to go off 3 months ago. This external report by the Carmody McDonald law firm includes many, if not all, of the failures in this emergency response were preventable. The report cites a lack of communication between St. Louis's City Emergency Management Agency and the St. Louis Fire Department, a lack of clear policy, and SEMA employees being absent from the office during the emergency. The report says SEMA staff did their best in the Emergency Operations Center, but for most of the 3 days after the tornado, they had no leadership because Commissioner Sarah Russell was out doing what's called windshield assessments, out driving around town looking at damage instead of directing the emergency response. The report states no incident action plan existed until 5 days after the tornado, and multiple federal policies were not implemented, leading to chaos and disorganization. We now know the Emergency Operations Center did not have an updated emergency operations plan. The latest version was from 2003, a plan that predates cell phones. You'll remember just last week we reported SEMA Director Sarah Russell sharing on social media the investigation process has ignored their side of the story. This is someone who worked in the department for almost 20 years, climbing the ladder to director. The report states Russell did have the chance to share concerns, saying we were also troubled by Commissioner Russell's refusal during her interview to recognize the multiple failures or take any personal responsibility for them. The city has made improvements since the May tornado, including having the fire department monitor sirens, automating their activation, and daily system checks. Now, the report recommends the city fully staff SEMA and establish clear policies and regular testing. You can find the full report for yourself inside this story on your First Alert 4 News app. For First Alert 4 Investigates, I'm David Amilati.
And we can tell you Sarah Russell had their pre-termination hearing today where they responded to all charges. No final decision was made. Now the Department of Public Safety has 14 days to decide if they want to terminate Russell or keep them on, possibly with some type of penalty. We reached out to Russell for comment, and we are told no comment. 3 months after the tornado, piles of debris lined streets and sidewalks in some St. Louis neighborhoods. Julie Volmond posted these photos on her Instagram account showing waste near Delmar Divine, a pile of construction materials, and as you can see, an abandoned car in the way of a Metro bus stop. First Alert 4's Nathan Vickers shows us how this problem connects to a larger issue in St. Louis and how officials hope to make up lost ground when it comes to cleaning up the city.
A frustrating pile in a busted-up car.
This is not right for Delmar and the community.
A mess of shingles and construction debris blocking the Metro stop near Keon Hopkins' home.
He gets off the bus, they can't even get off the bus right without tripping and falling over this.
It means people waiting for the bus or the WashU shuttle by the Delmar Divine have been standing in the street.
It's dangerous because the car in the street.
Something needs to get done. This should not be acceptable.
It's one of many piles in the surrounding blocks covering the sidewalks or spilling out into the street. A block away, we found a pile of boards near a dumpster with no bottom.
We're finally making some traction.
Kurt Walker is a contractor working on a different building who's tried to keep the mess contained. He says part of the issue for some owners is delays with insurance processing.
It has to come out of the owner's pocket oftentimes until they finish going through the claim process. And that could be very expensive. So a lot of buildings just continue to go through great decay.
Even after 3 months, there are still large piles of debris everywhere in St. Louis. The city has asked the Army Corps of Engineers for help clearing it, a request that goes through the state and FEMA. In the meantime, the Corps says it's providing technical assistance to city officials.
Proper debris removal is critical to be able to rebuild North St. Louis.
Kira Spencer said on Friday that officials were developing plans in case FEMA denied the request.
Not ideal. It would take several years for us to be able to do, but we are committed to doing the hard work.
But for those who take the bus,
there's my eyes see it.
It's a pile that sat here for too long. Nathan Vickers, First Alert 4.
Well, tomorrow's day 2 at the bus stop, and it's going to be muggy in the morning, very hot in the afternoon as the First Alert weather day continues. 76 in the morning, 94 in the afternoon, triple-digit heat index. And you have the chance for some storms. I'll time that out and show you the risk for severe weather, too, coming up.
Dirty water troubles reaching new heights as kids go back to school. How one Metro East community is making sure kids stay safe as they return to the classroom. And later on at 6:30, the St. Louis Zoo welcoming some new additions, the new purpose they'll serve after being rescued from animal trafficking.